Hi everybody, it's Brett here from Metropole. Well, are you looking to buy in the Brisbane property market? I know it's in the headlines at the moment. There's a lot of people talking about Brisbane. A lot of economists are pushing the case for Brisbane as well, predicting it to outperform the rest of Australia in the short term. So you've heard it all before, right? I'm sure you have. The last decade has been incredibly disappointing, but I'm here to share with you a bit of information, a bit of local knowledge and some insights from my 15 years of buying for our clients, investing and living in Brisbane that you may not have considered. The first thing is that Brisbane has one local council. And when I say Brisbane, we're only looking to buy in areas 10 to 12 kilometres from the city. It doesn't have the urban sprawl of a Sydney or Melbourne, so it's very dangerous to keep buying further out, hoping it'll change. It will one day, but it could potentially be 30 or 40 years ago. So let's focus on that inner ring. Having one local council has been really efficient and really effective for Brisbane because there hasn't been a lot of indecision and red tape to get through with multiple councils like they do have in some other areas. So things like infrastructure and in particular our tunnels have really put Brisbane in good stead to cope with our population growth. And that's what's going to lead us out into the next decade as well. It's going to be our infrastructure projects. There's a lot of road upgrades and there's some big ticket items like the Cross River Rail and the Brisbane Metro systems that are going to move people in and out of the CBD quite efficiently. And that's been able to be achieved because we have one local council creating a level of certainty and certainly been more efficient in that period of time. The second thing to understand is the affordability, and soon that's going to become too much of an opportunity from people south of the border. You think about it, median house prices at the moment, you can actually afford to buy 2 properties to 1 in Sydney, and it's almost the same in Melbourne. So you could effectively sell your home in Sydney, come up here, pay cash for a house, and have a little bit left over. And you're going to be in a considerably better position. Remember, the next generation and people who are moving here are going to want to live close to where the action is, close to employment hubs and lifestyle precincts and things like that. So that's going to be a big draw card in the next decade. The other thing that I think is really going to help shape Brisbane is our proximity to China. We just had a second runway open, but you may not realise that, but it's not in full use yet. But 6 Chinese and Taiwanese airlines have signed up to that runway, and people are going to be flying to Brisbane that have never come to Brisbane before from the Asian region. I think that's really important. There's going to be more business done here. There's going to be more investments. There's going to be a lot more tourism. And the other thing that's underrated is the fact that we're probably going to steal some of the international student pie from Sydney and Melbourne and potentially have some more people that are going to obviously get educated here and stay on and get visas and contribute to our economy and our community. So I think China's going to be a factor as well. The next thing is lifestyle. Brisbane is not the sleepy town it once was. Our CBD is transforming with projects like the Queen's Wharf project, the Howard Smith Wharves, the Eagle Street Pier. It's really starting to create a domino effect heading out, and Brisbane's not a sleepy town anymore. It's becoming a new world city, and that's quite exciting. It's presenting a real buzz in the city. The last thing is we've been pushing the it's time factor, but there's some numbers behind that as well. Dr. Andrew Wilson has suggested we're about undersupplied for property by about 80 properties a week. We're getting people to move here to take up some of those jobs. And in that 10 or 12k ring, there's no new land being created. We're landlocked. So that's a critical factor to understand the supply and demand ratio. So there you go, 5 things, Brisbane. I'm really, really comfortable that the next short term, the next 2 or 3 years is going to be quite strong. We're already seeing that in the market. But this decade is going to be considerably different, pretty much because of those 5 factors I spoke about. Thanks for watching.